What's going on, everybody? I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to another edition of the Thursday educational video. So I hope you guys are doing well. I hope your December got off to a good start, and I hope your training sessions went on well. So without much ado, I'll delve into what is happening here in the markets, and we shall get started right away here. Since Monday, we've been more or less like consolidating in the market, and we have been seeing the market trade at a very low volume. So if you look at the volume here, this is the daily volume, and this daily volume is really trading at below average, right? So this white line here signifies average, right? So anything trading below it is below average. So that's telling me that the institutions are not, the smart money are not really putting a lot of money into this market right now. They are waiting for Powell's, they are waiting for the FOMC on December 10th, which is going to be the Fed rate cut decision, right? Right now, if you go to the Fed Watch tool, it's saying that we have, so the Fed Watch tool here is saying that we have, it's showing here that we have 87% chance that it's going to be an interest rate cut in December, which is December next week, Wednesday. So I believe that is something that is going to happen anyways, because the job numbers that came in from the private sector yesterday was not good. It was a negative job number, which is not good, which is something that is going to motivate the Fed to cut interest rates on Wednesday. So the smart money are currently just taking it easy and waiting to see what happens on Wednesday, and also in Powell's press conference. And then after that, that's when they are going to step in to move this market either to the upside or the downside. But from the look of things, I believe that we are heading for a Santa Claus rally. We are heading for the seasonally strong December, and I believe that we are going to close the year on a high note, right? So right now, this is where the SPY is trading, and if you watch Tuesday's video, I mentioned that we were going to trade in this range, right? We're going to trade in the range. So we managed to break it a little bit here today, but we couldn't close above. We closed below the range, right? So right now the new range is over here. Okay, so I believe that we are going to be trading within this range until the FOMC meeting, until the Fed decision day on Wednesday, right? So tomorrow, maybe you might get like maybe a green day or red day, who knows, whatever it is, but we are going to be trading within this range, okay? All right, so now that we know that, what are the key levels that I'm going to be looking at tomorrow for those that are going to day trade? I'm going to be watching this level here, this 684 level, because this is a critical level. Right now, it's half here, so now we have this level now. So now this level becomes the new level. 685.52 is going to be the critical level that we have to watch for tomorrow. Okay, if the bulls are able to break above this level tomorrow, then most likely we could make new all-time highs, or most importantly, fill this gap first. There's a gap here. We fill that gap, and then shoot for the stars and shoot for the all-time high target, which is 689. Okay, so we shall see how that plays out tomorrow. But for now, based on what I'm seeing here with the volume, we need high volume. We need a volume above average volume in order for us to get to that all-time high level, or even to get to 687. So we are very close to all-time high. It's just a few points away. I believe that perhaps before Powell's press conference or Powell's FOMC meeting, the Fed meeting, we might get that all-time highs level. But who knows? We shall see how it goes. Then let's go to the let's look at, so if tomorrow we are to get a pullback, right? We can get a pullback to this area, to 683, or even to this candle here, to the bottom of this candle. I believe that we are still going to stay up. We are still going to stay up here within this 680, between 680 and 685. We are going to stay within that range and trade within that range up to the FOMC. So then this takes me to the VIX. The VIX is the volatility index, right? that tracks the S&P 500. So look at it. Look at what's happening here. So what I've realized is that anytime we have the VIX trading between 15 to 17, typically we get the market becomes a little bit choppy and stuff like that, and we are trading within that range. And if you're trading as a day trader, you have to be careful because some of these days can be very choppy, and then you can get stopped out needlessly, and also you are going to end up trading in a chop. And then if you don't size appropriately, you might end up losing a lot of money because of that. So it's important to know where we are in the market so that when you are taking a trade, especially as a day trader, you will know what to do and how to approach it, right? So right now, this is the VIX, right? So looking at the VIX closely, I discovered that this looks like a double bottom to me, okay? You can even add this, maybe a triple bottom. I can add this one, right? So here, this looks like a triple bottom. So triple bottom is the bullish reversal pattern, right? So what happens is that if tomorrow VIX is able to turn red, turn green, then that's going to have pressure on the stock market, right? We are going to have pressure on SPY, pressure on QQQ to the downside, right? However, if VIX sells off, the next support level is going to be here, which is 15 and some change. Anytime we are trading at the 15 area, within the $15 range, it usually signals complacency in the market, and that can lead to a spike in the VIX, right? Anytime the VIX spikes, volatility goes up, and then it causes the market to sell. So if we don't bounce there, we might bounce somewhere here. If we sell, then 14, then that's going to bring us to even here. That's that low area, right? Can bring us to $14 area. So as low as this area here. So I'm going to be watching to see what happens tomorrow. We could get that rounding effect and a reversal here. If we get a reversal, we are going to get a pullback in the market. So if that's the case, then let's go back and check out what's going on here and see where price might come to. So here, if you get a pullback, we might just get pullback into this area, maybe to the 9 EMA, right? 9 EMA here, this area, we could pull back into this area tomorrow if the volatility is intense. And tomorrow we have PCE inflation data. So if that data comes in and inflation is high for any reason, then that's not going to be good for the market and before the Fed meeting. So if that's the case, then we might get a sell to this area. But if PCE inflation data is good, then it's going to cause the market to rally, and we might get to that all-time high mark, or at least to the gap fill tomorrow. Okay, so now let's look at the QQQ. So QQQ did not also do much today. It was just also, as you can see, that it's trading in a low volume market, right? So this is the low volume, right? We are trading below average. So we need, in order to break above, we need higher volume. And I believe that that's going to come next week, depending on how the FOMC goes, right? Yeah, so it's either we sell to the downside or we rally to the upside, right? So over here right now, what I'm seeing here is that we are this level here, this area here. This is a critical level that this came to. So you can mark it somewhere here. You know, this is a critical level. This 624 is a critical level. So it's two things. If the bulls are able to break out of this 624, then we are going to push, and we could push. That means that we are going to be bullish on the day. We are going to push to, we could come to the gap fill. But for now, the way this is setting up, it looks like we can continue chopping around here in this zone. We are going to continue chopping around here in this zone until Powell's press conference, right? And then if we get a pullback is going to come somewhere here. I believe that we are going to come and hold the 9 and bounce over there at the 9. So somewhere here at the 9 EMA. Okay. All right. So that's how I see this playing out. And again, because we are in a low volume market, VIX is trading between 15 and 17. We are going to still be in that choppy range until we get that big move either to the upside or to the downside. Okay. So here, this is from a technical standpoint, this is a classic bull flag. So if we break out of the flag, we are going to get like something like this, like a candle, a green candle that goes this way. and then that's going to give us the breakout, right? Breakout of the bull flag. So that's possibly what's going to happen. So this is bullish consolidation. So if we're able to break out of this level 624, then boom, we are going to go up and rip to the heavens, right? So that's what I'm looking for this if it sets up. If it doesn't set up, as a trader, I can trade it to the downside and also profit to the downside. So whichever way they decide to go, we will be ready to execute, right? So if you want to trade with me live, you can join me live tomorrow Friday. I trade with members live free of charge on Fridays. So you can join me and trade with me live every Friday. We trade both options and futures. So you can join us. So what you need to do is to go to our website, tradingrich.com. So if you come here, you can join our free community, join the free community here. And then once you join, we are going to put in the community, you are going to get the link there, the Zoom link to join me and trade with me live tomorrow. So we trade both options and futures tomorrow morning. Okay. All right. So let's go back. So next one that I'm going to look at is I'm going to look at the IWM. So IWM was the best performing index today, right? In terms of return on, like in terms of a rally, that was the best performing index. So there's a saying by Jim Cramer. He says, there's always a bull market somewhere. So today we got that. While SPY and QQQ were struggling, chopping around and red, IWM was the bull market. There's a bull market somewhere. There's a bull move somewhere. So we got that in the IWM. So why is IWM moving? IWM is rallying because IWM stocks or small cap stocks are sensitive to interest rate cuts, right? So if you look at this, IWM came here and touched the all-time highs, right? So IWM here hit the all-time highs, and I believe that after Wednesday we should see IWM at new all-time highs. It's going to make new all-time highs, and it's going to break this level. So tomorrow, what I'm going to look at is that am I going to see IWM, if IWM is able to break above and hold this 252.66 level, this all-time high, previous all-time high, then we are going to go and push up. Or if it doesn't, then we are going to get like a double top. This is a double top that can now send this down, and we could get a pullback that at least brings it here, or even brings it down to this area. So whichever way, we'll figure it out, and then we'll trade it accordingly. So here, this can be a breakout or a breakdown to the downside. We shall see how that plays out in the days ahead and by next week, right? So tomorrow is going to be critical for IWM. If IWM breaks out, then most small cap stocks are going to break out. So again, as a technician or a trader, what you need to do is that you need to identify the stocks that are showing either bullish or bearish patterns so that you can trade them, right? And sometimes that is why having variety, that's why trading stocks or trading options has certain advantages over trading futures, right? Because with futures, you basically sometimes you're trading the same thing, whether you're trading the NASDAQ or you're trading the ES or you're trading the whichever one you're trading, right? You're pretty much trading the same thing. There's a merit and advantage to it. But if you're trading the stock market, usually you can get different things, right? So if you're a SPY trader and SPY is not working or it's consolidating or it's choppy, you know that it's choppy, what you do is that you can go and trade small cap stocks, or you can go and trade other stocks in certain sectors. And those ones might move and move in your direction or move faster than something that is trading in the range. So these are things that are very good and helpful. So the next thing I'm going to look at is I'm going to look at some of the stocks that did well today in terms of the small cap stocks. So one of them is, so this is not a small cap, so this is like a AI company. It's part of the NVIDIA AI army, right? So here, this is CoreWeave. So CoreWeave is one of the stocks that we traded this week. This was part of our swing trading service. So if you come to Trading Rich, you come to our courses, click on courses. This is our weekly alert service. So this is a weekly signal service for option traders. So if you want to get something that gives you very high probability trades every week where you can pull money from the market on a weekly basis, this is the service for you. and it's only you're only paying $47 per month, and right now we have it on sale for 30% off as part of our Cyber Monday, Black Friday week sale kind of thing, right? It has been extended to Friday the 5th, that's tomorrow, at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time. So you can still use the promo code BFCM, BF standing for Black Friday, CM standing for Cyber Monday, to buy this service. So here, if you want to sign up for this service, you pay $47 and you get an additional 30% off. And over here, if you want the yearly package, so if you buy the yearly package, you get 2 months free, and then you have the promo code which gives you 30% off. So you are going to get additional 30% on this, and that's going to be additional sale for you as well. So yeah, so these are, so our swing trade, one of our swing trades of the day, of the week, was COVID, right? So going into the week, I made a video and I sent it to members. So as part of the swing trading service, you have videos that go out to members every Sunday before the futures market open, whereby I highlight my top 3 tickets of the week. So one of them was CoreWeave. And the trade idea was that CoreWeave was like, if you look at this, CoreWeave was holding this down sloping trend line. And the idea was anytime it came here, we got a bounce, right? So based on that, that is called pattern recognition, right? So in swing trading is all about identifying patterns and setting up your trade plan and then executing on it, right? So this one of them. So this trade here, we've been in this trade since Monday. So this was taken on Monday. So from Monday to this area, we have been able to capture a 24% move on the equity. That's just the equity, right? On the options, we bought options expiring, I believe it's December 26th. Yeah, December 26th. So I'll buy an option expiring December 26th because we still have a lot of ways to go in this, right? So if the market is to get to all-time highs and we get a Santa Claus rally, then we believe that CoreWeave should come here and at least fill this gap. So far, the trade that we took from Monday, we got the $80 calls expiring on December 26, 2025. That options closed today at 107% return on investment. So that is, we've gotten our money back and we made a lot of profit from that. So this is not even done yet. We still have some runners, and this can take us to this gap fill here and beyond, right? So this is how you trade pattern recognition. This is how you trade swing trade and position yourself strategically to win. So again, if you want to join the winning team, you know what to do. You can go to our website, tradingrich.com, click on courses, click on the weekly alert service, and then you can use the promo code BFCM. That's Black Friday, Cyber Monday. You get 30% off all the courses and all the alert service and all the subscription services. Okay. Another stock that I'm going to be watching here, which was also part of our swing trading service this week, was Tesla. Right. So Tesla, this week we captured this move here. We were able to capture like a 6% move on Tesla from where we entered to where it is now. So I believe that Tesla is the only Magnificent Seven stock that hasn't made all-time highs since the April lows, and this was due to Trump fighting with Elon Musk, or Elon Musk Trump feud. So that caused that gave Tesla a setback, and I believe that by next week, by end of next week, we should see a potential all-time high for Tesla. That is possible because Tesla is also an interest rate sensitive stock, because folks that have to buy cars, they have to take loans and stuff like that. So that anytime you cut interest rate, that also bodes well for such businesses. So I believe that next week, if the market is stable and strong, we can get another green candle that's going to send this up. So if you look at this from the volume standpoint, right? You see this volume, the volume is what is increasing on the weekly time frame. See, it's increasing here. If you look at the bottom here, the volume is increasing. So I expect to see a higher volume. Even if we get a volume that comes here, that will be a significant move, right? And let alone we get something that is above average, above this white line, this is going to rip. So I believe that by December 26th, we should see Tesla at $500, right? So first off, the first goal is for Tesla to crack and retest the all-time highs, this 687, and then after that, it can make new all-time highs. So Tesla is one of my main watches going into next week as well, like tomorrow and into next week. And we already captured this move. This was also our swing trade of the week, and this worked out very well. So this worked out brilliantly well. And then over here on the weekly time frame, you can see that this is what a classic cap and handle pattern, right? On the weekly. So this is very, very bullish. And I believe that as long as the market stays bullish, Tesla will get this day in the sun and get the hit that psychological 500 level. Okay, so next stock that I'm looking at for tomorrow and beyond is SanDisk. I talked about SanDisk on Tuesday. For those that watched if you watch the video on Tuesday, this is a stock that I have been DK SanDisk. Okay, this one. So this is a stock that I've been shorting, and then it bounced. So here, this was a very good bounce today. So if you look at SanDisk, I mentioned in the last video that it was holding this trend line, and we expected this trend line to move. It wasn't able to hold. It went down, and then today it surged very high today. It had this thing. So tomorrow, look at this. This is already at average volume, right? So tomorrow, expect an explosive move tomorrow on SanDisk, right? So this is a type of trades that I like to trade and I wait for. And once they move, you are going to get that explosive. So if you can get above average move on SanDisk tomorrow, that is going to be explosive, and that can bring us somewhere here. See here, 237 or even 240, it can bring us there, and then it can squeeze. So SanDisk is one stock that I'm watching tomorrow and one stock that I'm watching next week. And then if we're able to crack above this downsloping trend lines, it's going to squeeze, and we are going to get a massive squeeze to the upside. So don't be surprised to see SanDisk at 240 by end of the day tomorrow, and from there it can go up to this area, which is 250s, right? So that's one stock that I'm watching tomorrow. Another stock as well that did very well today was ASTS. So ASTS is a small cap stock, and again, as part of the small cap theme, ASTS did very well. So ASTS got that big breakout. So tomorrow, I want to see how it's going to interact with this trend line. If it's able to hold it, like it can do something like this, retest it early in the day, and then it takes off from there, right? So this also is something that I'm going to be watching as well to trade tomorrow. Another one that I'm going to be looking at is that I'm going to be looking at I'm also going to look at Serve Robotics. So Serve, the Trump administration mentioned that they were going to focus on having a robotics policy next year. So that's helping robotic stocks like Tesla and also Serve. So here, Serve has to break above this trend line and this level. If he's able to do that tomorrow, we are going to see that squeeze to the upside tomorrow. Another one as well that I've also been watching is Oklo. This is also a small cap stock, but it got a rejection. It rallied very well today, but it got a rejection to the downside. So we shall see how it trades tomorrow. So maybe it needs to work on this and push. So another one as well that I'm looking at is Rigetti. QBTS. Rigetti and QBTS are in the same industry, quantum computing. So quantum computing stocks likes to move on Fridays, right? Typically, that's what I've seen, right? So QBTS, I believe I talked about it in one of the videos. So QBTS broke out here from yesterday, and then where is it now? It broke again today. So tomorrow is going to be the battle of the 50. If it can break and hold the 50 SMA, it's going to take off, like it's going to go. This thing can come here. And these stocks like to move on Fridays. So do not be surprised to see it make a 5-point move, a 10-point move that can bring it either to $33 or $37. So yeah, so these are the stocks that I'm looking at, and these are the places that I'm looking. So I hope this was insightful. So thank you very much for watching. Please share this with your friends and family. And also, if you've not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I look forward to trading with you live tomorrow at 8:45 a.m. Eastern. Have a good night. Bye for now.